Okay, so we're going to have a little bit of story time. What you see here is a 1953 Allis Chalmers WD. 53 was the last year that they made the WD. They made approximately somewhere right around 150,000 of these tractors. This tractor was the first tractor that Grandpa ever had on the farm. I just today reacquired this tractor after, Grandpa sold it somewhere around 88 to 90, somewhere around in there. And I was lucky enough to get it back today. I spent about an hour. I had it running. I have no idea how long this tractor had been setting, minimum of a year. I know that the guy that had it used it a little bit, plowed a garden, and obviously brush hogged with it a little bit. But I got a call earlier this week from the family, and I got to bring this tractor home. Pretty special day. I have a lot of memories of this tractor cultivating corn, running a hammer mill on a belt, grinding eared corn when I was very small. I got to drive this tractor just a little bit when I was first learning to drive tractors and raking hay, probably about 8, 9 years old, something like that. But I've actually, I've learned a lot today. I actually thought this tractor was a WD-45 forever. Not until after I got it home today and actually got looking at it, I discovered this is only a WD, which honestly, it really doesn't matter to me. I was talking to my uncle, and a few other things that I learned that I never knew. It's funny when I'm 42 years old, something like that. Grandpa's been gone 5, 6 years, something like that now, 6, I guess. And this tractor's been off the farm since 1988. So the things that I remember aren't exactly 100% accurate. And I found I found a little more information today that's kind of it's been interesting, to say the least. This is a WD. It was, however, rebuilt at one point, and it does have the WD-45 pistons in it. That's my understanding. So it should put out a little more power than what the standard WD did. It does have power steering. The old tractor, it's got some issues. She's in her work clothes. There's a few things wrong with her, but all in all, for a tractor that was made in 1953, approaching 70 years old, she's a lot better than some of them out there. The guy that bought this tractor used it, but he did cobble a little bit of stuff together. The hydraulics no longer work on it, the 3-point. I don't know if there was a leak or some other problem, but the lines are unhooked. It looks like one of them's broke off. So there's some issues there. The front steering's a little loose. But I was able to spend about an hour this morning, got it started, and drove it home. I drove it about, I don't know, 2-3 miles. That's as far away from the farm as it ever got. She sounds pretty good. The exhaust on it, the muffler doesn't fit 100% perfectly right. So she's got a little bit of an exhaust leak, but good oil pressure. I'll give her the old shaky shake here, and just a little bit of throttle. I turned the gas on, so we will see if she will run for you. Oh, got to flick the magic switch. Always forget that. So she's not 100% perfectly smooth running, but for a tractor that's been setting for at least a year, she's not doing too bad. Put some fresh gas in her. I drained the carburetor, worked on the battery a little bit, checked the fluids, checked the points and stuff. Everything looked good, and she fired right up. I was kind of amazed. So there she is. I have not completely decided what I am going to do with her yet. Part of me just wants to fix her and fix the problems with her and leave her in her work clothes. See if I can clean her up a little bit. Part of me wants to really go all out and just totally restore. Another thing that I didn't remember, this tractor's still 6-volt. I was sure it had been converted to 12-volt, but it has not been. She's still sitting on 6-volt. So, yeah. I spent a lot of years sitting on that platform right there, cultivating corn with Grandpa. We had a 2-row corn cultivator that mounted on the front of it. We've still got some of it, but some of it's been cut apart and scrapped, so it's not together anymore. But I can remember when the corn was just coming up and we cultivated it for the first time. I was a little big guy, probably 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6, little. But I was small enough I would ride on the back of that platform right there, just sit there. And Grandpa would be in the seat up there, and we're not in grain country. The land we live in is pre-deficit. We picked our corn whole ear and then ground it in the hammer mill. But our dirt's pretty cloddy, got some clay in it. Never had great yields. 100 bushel an acre would have been a bumper crop for us. But anyways, I would ride on that platform back there as we cultivated corn for the first time every year. And every time a dirt clod would roll over on some of the small corn, Grandpa would just stick his hand down on whichever side it was. He'd just point along the fender. I'd have to jump off and go uncover that corn, and then I'd go back and jump back on and ride till the next one. I hated that job. God, I hated that job. I'd give anything to go back and do it again. I don't think I'd quite fit on the platform anymore, but I sure do miss Grandpa. I am very, very, very touched to have this tractor back. Means a whole lot to me. But I did find out a few other things today. A few things I didn't know. Those things always come up when you talk to older family members, but we may talk about them some other day. But for now, I guess I have a Allis Chalmers WD back home.